What's up, y'all? I'm telling you, now this ain't the race that just keeps on giving, all right? More Kentucky Derby news, even though we're just a couple of days out of the Preakness. A couple of days ago, Luis Saez, jockey for maximum security, suspended by the Kentucky Racing Commission. Can you believe that? Now they go and suspend the guy. Now, this political correctness to try to protect the integrity of horse racing, in my opinion, makes it worse. You have a lot of people out here saying that this was the right decision to make on this disqualification, like Mike Golick, for example, on the ESPN morning radio show, saying that, oh, well, if things had gone worse and they weren't able to straighten it out, it would have been a big train wreck and you would have had 20 horses falling all over the place. That's just stupid, man. The horses are not so dumb. They're just going to run each other. This is not NASCAR. They're not cars. It is not cycling where there's bikes and everybody's just going to start falling all over the place. These horses are smart, highly trained animals. You're not going to have a huge pileup like that. If you were going to have some huge disastrous pileup like that, I'm sure it would have happened in the 144 other Kentucky Derbies at some point before this one, and it didn't happen in this one either. Mike Golick played football. I mean, football by design is a train wreck on every play. And then he's going to come and try to criticize the safety of horse racing and talk about disqualifications? Mike Golick's just an idiot. As far as Mike Golick goes, I mean, I think, like him, like many other people at ESPN, need to be banned from talking about anything besides football. So, enough about Mike Golick. So, I think a lot of this stuff is just doing a disservice to horse racing because they're miseducating the public about what really happened by making people think that this was a just decision. Now, to me, this is just a politically correct move, and they're trying to back up their politically correct disqualification. That's the way they saw it. So they're trying to back that up now with a suspension, 15-day suspension, which of course he is appealing. I didn't make a video on that. I thought about doing it that day, but I was like, you know what? There's going to be an appeal coming. But the next day, before that appeal came, owner Gary West of Maximum Security files a lawsuit in United States court against the Kentucky Racing Commission and against the stewards of Churchill Downs. I mean, citing lots of credible evidence. He's saying the process was bizarre and unconstitutional. There is no right for them to appeal a decision, which that right was granted by the United States Supreme Court, that you always have a right to appeal your decision just based on the Constitution. So that is technically an unconstitutional law in the Kentucky Racing Commission. That part of the law may end up getting changed because of this. However, he's also seeking to have the winnings granted to him, and he is seeking to have the record changed to show that he was the official Kentucky Derby winner. Now, I doubt they're going to do that. I doubt they're going to change the official winner. They may award him some damages somewhere in the vicinity of what the winner would have made. That's possible that may happen in this case, but usually not. Usually they're going to rule in the favor of a racing commission. So I wouldn't expect too much to come out of this, except for the fact that maybe the fact that you are not allowed to appeal your decision comes out. Now, if they show that the stewards did not follow the standard rules in making this decision, that may prove to show something different in the long run. There are claims that they lied in their explanation, saying that the stewards said that they interviewed all the jockeys involved. They did not interview all the jockeys involved, however. There is another jockey who was not named who made a claim of foul against War of Will. They did not listened to this jockey's claim of foul because they listened to the other ones, and they pretty much decided to go down that route without getting all the information. There's also a high-tech review system that was available to them that gave them better angles, better slow motion, and still frame by frame, and they opted not to use this, even though it's standard operating procedure. It's readily available, and for whatever the reason, I guess they just attempted, or they decided to use the old school video review process instead of using this new technology, which other views came out showing War of Will making contact. Now, War of Will's jockey, Tyler Gafalion, has already come out and said he didn't touch anybody, he didn't bump anybody, but the lawsuit claims that he bumped maximum security 5 times. Now, I don't know about 5 times. That sounds a lot. Says he struck maximum security 5 times. Maybe there's a little bit of small incidental contact. As I said from the beginning, I don't think there was enough contact by anyone to make a disqualification. But they're making the claim that if anything, then Tyler Gafalion should have been the one who was hit with a foul and not Luis Saez. Now, Luis Saez is appealing that decision, so the appeal is officially in. He's saying that this was undeserved and it's unduly harsh, even if it was deserved. The 15-day suspension is unduly harsh for what they say happened. But they claim that it's undeserved anyway because the steward's account of the race is wrong in their opinion. It's just they did not get enough information. That's part of their claim. They did not get enough information to make a true assessment of what happened in this race. So that's where we are in the Kentucky Derby saga right now. We're getting ready for the Preakness that is coming up on Saturday. Gonna drop videos, of course, on that. We're gonna look at the horses. A lot of new contenders in this one. Usually you have a bunch of Derby horses, so this is kind of weird having this Preakness with so many new horses that we didn't just see 2 weeks ago. So stay tuned, all that's coming.